Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing a vices tier list. So this one should be good. Pretty excited to see what we got here, and we kind of analyze a little bit about some of the problems that people face in their day-to-day lives. And I feel like most people do have a vice of some sort, and it might not even be on this list. This seems kind of generic, but yeah, let's get right into it. So the first one that I see, these look like vapes to me. Personally, guys, I've never vaped. I never will vape. I think vape is actually worse than smoking weed or even smoking cigars, cigarettes, whatever. It's kind of the worst possible smoking you can do. Um, don't vape. If you're vaping in 2026, you're just probably subhuman. I mean, come on, we cannot be vaping in 2026. It's known poisons that you're inhaling. So this, I actually will say this is it's over. And I don't know how many actually not bads we're gonna get, but it's definitely over if you're still vaping. I mean, this is literally just straight poison. Weed. Oh boy. Another thing I've never done before. I will say, weed is one of those things that some people say it's fine for them, but the reality is you're losing brain cells when you're smoking weed. It's making you slower, more lethargic. You're getting hungrier, you're eating a lot more. It's just one of those things where there's really no benefit to doing it. You feel good, but as a guy, your feelings don't matter, man. I would say weed's not like, I mean, it's pretty bad. I think it's between come on, bro, and get help. Um, put it in get help, depending on how severe it is. If you're smoking more than twice a week, maybe even more than once a week, it's pretty severe. Gambling. Okay, gambling is one of these things where I think if you gamble as like a social event, maybe like once or twice a year, it could be you can get away with it, just kind of like with your friends. If you're going to like Vegas or like a casino or something, you're going to do it, whatever. Don't expect to make any money from gambling ever. If you think you're going to make money gambling, you might have some mental problems because gambling is designed to take your money. It's not, again, I wouldn't recommend ever gambling. It's not something that's good. We don't, there's no benefit to doing it. Um, and it kind of goes along with a lot of other bad things. You'll find like a lot of liquor around there. When you go to casinos, you'll find, smoking. It's just not a great place to go, not a great environment to be in. And some people really get addicted and they'll lose a lot of money. I've had friends in the past who've gambled thousands and thousands in one weekend and they would do it kind of consistently. So just be really careful gambling. It's actually, I don't think it's the worst one on the list. I would put it in probably either wouldn't hurt to quit or come on, bro. Again, depends how severe. Really severe, definitely here, but um, most people aren't horribly addicted. But if we're talking like, we'll just put it in come on, bro. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Uh, Food. Eating too much. This is definitely like overeating by based on what I would see. You guys can see here. Um, yeah, if you're overeating, guys, this is like the number one way to sort of lose control of your life. If you don't have control of what you eat, that's like a very basic human thing we all have to eat. And if you can't control that, then what else are you going to control in your life? You're not going to be able to control your money. You're not going to be able to control your relationships. You're not going to be able to control relationships with family or friends. Like, and I'm not saying be controlling in your relationship when you're dating a chick. I'm just saying like you're not going to have like any emotional control. You're like you will be like a firecracker and you'll do whatever feels good in the moment. It's kind of the same as like any of these other vices, especially like weed. You'll want to do what feels good. It's going to make you feel happy. And yeah, so don't overeat. And I'm not saying you have to track every calorie, but I am saying that if you want to hit a certain goal of your fitness, you can't be sitting there slamming 4 bowls of mac and cheese in a row. You can't be sitting there drinking, tons of orange juice or these crazy coffees that people are making. Like, you have to make a decision of how serious you're going to be with your health and your fitness. And there's some things you just can't negotiate with. And I think, especially overeating, this it's definitely get help. It's not over. You can come back, but it's definitely get help. This one looks like undereating. Um, looks like starving yourself, starve maxing. And honestly, I would say, might be crazy, but unless you're like seriously eating absolutely nothing, and I know this is like a very exaggerated picture, but considering that most people in America these days eat like 4 servings at a time, I think if you were eating a lot less consciously, it's actually not bad to be eating a lot less. Obviously, we don't want to be starving ourselves to this extent where you're eating one fucking pea, but yeah, if you're eating like a small portion of food, then you're going to be in a calorie deficit and you're most people, guys, most people in America are roughly 28-30% body fat. Most people got giant stomachs. I was at the grocery store earlier today. There was this couple behind me in line. The guy's stomach was literally so big, it pushed him almost back against, you know, how like the aisles will be like just little like checkout aisles, whatever. It almost pushed him back up against like all the snacks and other random shit that they want you to buy. Like when he was putting his food onto the conveyor belt to check out. It's like, bro, your stomach is pushing you, you're plugging the aisle. Nobody can pass you. That's how big you are. And his wife was big too, of course. And so it's like, you're clearly like 300 pounds. And it would not hurt that guy to eat that pea. Like he's so obese that if he continues to eat that way, he's going to get a lot of different conditions and he's going to go downhill really fast. So starve maxing for some people like that, I'm not saying to starve, but I'm saying just like control your portions, and it's not a bad thing to control your portions. Shopping, not really sort of like my type of thing. I think that this is more of a woman problem. I'm not saying guys can't get addicted. I think it wouldn't hurt to quit. I mean, whatever, shopping, shopping. I feel like that's guys don't struggle with that. My channel is mostly for guys. If you're a guy and you have a shopping addiction, it's kind of weird, bro. Music. I listen to a lot of music. I don't think it's bad. Now, I will say, if you crave the dopamine from music and you need to have like that stimulation from having loud music playing all the time, and some people are like that, some people really can't go anytime without having music. That's kind of a different sort of addiction. Then it goes to wouldn't hurt to quit. But I think changing that from quitting to cutting back would be better. But I think music's not bad. And I don't think it's something that most people get a ton of dopamine from. I could be wrong on that. At least in my personal experience, I can listen to usually about 10 songs in a row and then I'm kind of done listening to music. So we're going to put it there. Oh boy. This is one of the worst things you can do as a man is drink. Drinking is really bad. Drinking, if you actually are addicted to drinking and you drink on a regular basis, I would actually say once a week is regular. I would say that that is consistently drinking. You're probably addicted to some sort of the feeling that you get, the high of going out with your friends and getting some drinks. And people always say, "Oh, I'm just doing it socially. I'm doing it socially." But dude, if you are drinking even once a week, that's losing an entire day of productivity you could have on, I'm assuming it's going to be a weekend. If you're drinking on a weekdays, you really need help. But um, if you have a liquor addiction, guys, you have to stop drinking for so many reasons. You need this is going to make you lose so much control over pretty much every decision you make in your life. You basically become incapacitated to the point where like even a child can perform better motor skills than you. And it's just sad to sort of see people like genuinely addicted to alcohol and really find a way to quit this before it's too late. It's got to go into it's over. This is really bad. Don't be drinking, guys. Um, Social media, and I'm guilty of this one a lot too. Where sometimes you'll start scrolling, or usually I use social media to post nowadays, but every once in a while I'll kind of just scroll through, and then you get addicted to scrolling for a little bit. Not as bad as I used to be for sure, but this one can definitely get people. It's just more of a come on, bro. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't be scrolling as much as you are. It depends. Some people really spend like 10 hours on their phone a day, and that's going to go here. But I think this is more of just a come on, bro. It's like, it's bad, and we need to be more like attached to the real world. But it's one of those things where I think as long as you kind of control it, it's not horrible. This was my biggest vice of all time, video games. Now, video games for me kind of set me back years in my life. I was addicted very badly. It was actually to the point where it was over for me. That's how bad I was addicted. I was playing some days 16, 18 hours a day. I was unemployed at one point, just literally completely just like a loser, really. And yeah, video games, I mean, and some people can control them. I'm not one of those people. If you can find a way to control them, it's more of just like a wouldn't hurt to quit. Um, if you're addicted, I'm actually going to put it in to get help because I know how bad games can mess you up, and it's just not something that you want to get into and seriously start playing a lot of because there's games that, like, if you just play Call of Duty, you can go into like a match and then that's kind of it. It's cool, you play a couple times, then you're done. If you get into something like World of Warcraft or one of those MMO games, and that was me, then you will get addicted to grinding your character in fake life in the game. You'll get addicted to leveling up there, and in real life, you're going to suffer and go backwards. So that's the trap of games, and it's pretty rough, man. Don't be into that. I think coffee. This one is going straight into actually not bad. I think coffee's great. I don't actually drink coffee, but I'm actually considering drinking a lot more coffee and getting into getting caffeine in the mornings. I think caffeine's a really good booster. People that are very successful tend to drink it, and I don't really see any negatives with it. So definitely a good way to get fluids too, because I think it's just the water with the beans. I'm not really sure. Now, big caveat, don't be having the crazy coffees that they get at Starbucks. If you make a home brew that's just like black coffee, you're chilling. Um, Lust. I feel like all guys have a problem with lust, whether this be corn or OF, whatever you want to, whatever form it takes, um, or even just like dating too many women, talking to too many girls, having all these girls in your phone. This kind of stuff can definitely be very distracting and take you off your purpose. It can kind of derail you and really slow you down. I think if it's depending on how serious this is, it's probably between these two. If you're really addicted to lust, it actually probably goes in to get help. This can be really serious for a lot of people, and it can really hurt your productivity, especially if you're doing a lot of corn or any of those sort of using it as like a real vice. But I honestly think even like dating too many women can can be a problem. And if you just are talking to too many girls, entertaining too many women, that's like very distracting to just achieving the goals you want to achieve in life. And because remember, guys, you're never gonna ever make a lot of money if you're always chasing women. But the women will chase you when you make the money. So, or at least they'll do more of that than when you were just chasing them. So I forgot exactly how the saying goes. I was trying to do the saying, but point is, don't be consumed by lust. Um, this one, oh boy, this one's actually probably maybe worse. Partying, going to the club, um, clubs and bars. This is really the same as liquor because they kind of go hand in hand. You're probably doing drugs. You're probably doing, you know, other vices there. Who knows? Whatever. Um, it's got to go into it's over. If you're consistently going to the clubs and the bars and partying, um, yeah, you really need help. You need to stop doing that. It's a huge one waste of time. Two, you're consuming all sorts of bad vices there. Three, the environment is just really degenerate, and the people you're going to meet there 90% of the time are really low quality, probably more than that. Um, you just don't really want to be hanging out at bars and clubs. It's definitely one of the lowest places I think you can go. Now, obviously, if you're going out for like a friend's birthday once or twice a year, that's cool. I'm talking about, again, these are all like if you're consistently doing these things, this is where it's pretty bad. So stop going to the club, guys. Come on. Um, well, I don't really know what this one is. Oh, skipping school. Um, I'm not a big advocate of school personally. I actually think it's not bad to skip school. If you're a kid, and this is gonna like be kind of crazy, if you get your shit together and you start a business and you're in high school and you're making good money off of that, and you just say, you know what, I'm dropping out of school, whether it be college, whether it be high school, I don't think that's a bad move. Um, Again, this is all my opinion on stuff, but I don't use my college degree at all for what I do. And in high school, we pretty much didn't learn anything that I really retained besides like learning how to write and read and speak and like basic like times tables and math and stuff. So like realistically, school nowadays is almost becoming obsolete in a lot of ways, unless you're going to go become a doctor or a specialized STEM field. Um, I would definitely say it's not bad to do that. So that's the tier list. There's definitely some big players on here for sure that I see a lot of people are definitely consumed with. Um, but guys, it's not ever completely over if you are addicted to any of these things, and there's always coming back from it. I know that we have an it's over tier, but just put down the bottle, man. Put down the vape. Those kind of things. If you can really start avoiding those, quit playing video games at least as much, then you're gonna see a huge improvement in your life. When I stopped drinking, guys, my life got way better. When I stopped playing video games, my life got way better. Just stuff like that where it takes so much time and so much effort and sometimes a lot of money to do these things, and it just completely drains you in all sorts of different ways. And if you can avoid doing that, your life's going to get way better. So if you guys are looking for answers and maybe want some help with quitting these things and changing your mindset about them, and just getting in better shape and having a better life overall, then click the link down below and let's see if we're a good fit to work together. I can definitely help you out and help you move past some of these things that might be troubling you still. So yeah, click the link. It's free, completely free, and we'll just have a chat and see if that's something that you might be interested in. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.